sorry for the technical challenges we have been facing throughout the beginning of this class. We're supposed to start it even by 9. So, but due to these challenges, which I intend to set up measures so that we can be able to have both so comments, at least on the comment section, to be sure that yes, we are together. This class is for CSC 426, which is IT project management. And as I said at the beginning of this class, I need to seek your indulgence and apologize for starting the class beyond the time frame. I know some of you might have been feeling sleepy and so on and so forth. And this was due to the earlier arrangement that we are going to do um, a continuous assessment, and our continuous assessment is going to be live. So I was trying to see how I can be able to figure out some certain settings whereby students out there can be able to take their CA in my presence. So that is what I was trying to do, but things are just beyond control because I did not started the measures earlier due to network issues. And in our previous class, we discussed about project scheduling. We look at the measures in project scheduling, that is in summary. Then we've been able also to look at the Gantt chart. So this is what we have been able to look at in summary. So today we are going to look at, I think we are also look at quality assurance. So we have what we call ethics in project management. If we say it ethics, we are talking about the rules, we are talking about the norms, we are talking about certain behaviors or certain conditions that you will not be able to violate during your project management. So we can say it by the definition is the set of the principles that is going to be guided to our decision. So whenever we have a decision that we need to take on a certain project, it means that decisions must be guided by a certain principle, and it should not be based on a personal interest. It's going to be based on the values or norms and values of that organization or institution you're carrying out the project from. That is your employers, if eventually as a project IT project manager you've been employed by someone. So this is what they are saying. So you will not just go ahead and then say you are taking a decision. Rather, you are going to take a decision based on the guided principles. So this is what you are going to do in taking your decisions. So going forward, under this ethics, if we look at the project managers, often they face some certain ethical issues. In order to end project management certificate, one need to follow these very project management issues and ethic. So I've been seeing comments here, but the problem is no one is commenting that yes, we are up and everybody can hear me very clear. So there are we have so many numbers of different products in order to be to assist in performing project management. The three main categories we are having here is called low end tools. We have mid range, and then we have height. Then we also have various project management tools that you can be able to use in your day-to-day project project activities. And one of it we have as a Basecamp, we have Clarizint, we have Collaborative, which is usually open source. If we set open source here, you can just go without paying a token. So you can try this Collaborative and Dot project and see how they work. And in the project life cycle, we have phases like initiation, planning, implementation, and closing. This is what we have been discussing at the beginning of these classes, day one. So we talked like if you're going to start a project, you're going to have an initialization. So where you are starting the project from, and once if we said, even if your project just got approval, it means that you have achieved a milestone, right? In your project scheduling management. So even if you have acquired approval to begin the project, you have achieved a milestone. Then going by the planning, you need to plan and the rest, then you go by the implementation, then you close your project. Here, if we talk about the initialization, we are talking about the sponsor. So the sponsor is going to begin as the stakeholder. So you need to have a scope and then the deliverables. What are those things that are expected of you to deliver? You need to have the budget approval. That is as you begins. What is going to be your statements? So the statements are going to be made here is about the risks, the approach you're going to face the work with, and then the time frame. What is it going to take you from the beginning of your project to the end of your project? What is it going to give you? So you see, everything that lies within this project management is all about project scheduling. In our previous class, we talked about Gantt chart, right? So we know this, we use this Gantt chart in order to measure our milestone, to measure the achievement we have. So in measuring this achievement, we also talked about the triple constraint. Because why I need to be repeating this, because I've given, after giving these materials and rest, some people went and dropped this thing without going through them. And if not because of this network, I would have shocked you this night by giving you a very wonderful continuous assessment to be sure whether you have gone through this or not. And at the end of this, we are going to look at how uh, we are going to use a live project of your choice in order to form a formidable project using a key parameters. So we are going to look we are going to have a review of this project. I can see the numbers is increasing. We are even 15 in the class now. We see our project must have a purpose, right? So in this purpose of the project, it's almost going to reflect the what? The aim of your project. That is what your project going to deliver. So it must have that. It must also be able to have a project constraint. That is what and what do you need to put in place for you to achieve your aim of this very particular project. I was trying to look at certain material that we need to look at it. Please, while we are looking for this, if you have any question, please, you can drop it on the comment section. Let's look at it, because we have exhausted almost, we have exhausted our time during the setup, because the numbers is even declining from 21 to 15 to 17. So what we have a work here. We said in a small group, we need to try and identify the largest project each of you need to be involved. So you do not have to be a project manager in this scenario. You just need to act as a project team player. So your role here, is it going to be a team member, or is going to be a volunteer, or is the purchaser? So you pick one of these. So with the group, you need to make clear on how your project, on how you've been able to identify the criteria. The criteria here, we have unique, we have temporary. How are you going to have these? So having identified these, we are going to form a topic related to that. But what you need to put in place is the constraint. What are the constraints that are required of you in as a project manager, as a project team player, or as a purchaser or a volunteer? We have 4 components there, right? So from these components, whichever one you belong to, what are the constraints regarding these project management? One, we need to consider the cost. Even if you are a team player, you need to consider the cost you are going to provide your project manager with, because at a phases of project management, each of you is going to saddle with a responsibility of a cost, either by payment or by recipient of the payment. So because most of project managers are consultants, so the cost matters a lot in this. Then the scope, the areas in which you can be able to cover during your project. So even if you are a team player, or your client or a purchaser, so you need to figure out, or you need to clearly define your scope within this very particular project. So these are the constraints. Then don't get confused if you are asked to outline or explore any form of these project constraint, and probably if a work is given to you, to use that very project constraint to explain your project vividly. And we have the quality. What type of product are you going to provide at the end of the project implementation? What is expected of you, the outcome? That is the quality. Are you going to give them a day expiry product? Are you going to give them a lifetime expiry product? Or what warranty are you going to provide on your setting product? So the risks now, we've talked about the risks even in our previous class. While we keep on emphasizing on the risks, is because in project management, risks or analyzing risks plays a very big role in project management. You identify your risks in many different ways. That is the risks of hiring a staff, the risks of receiving a part payment, whether that your client is going to succeed in paying paying the remaining balance of your work, whether you are going to meet the requirement, or you are going to face any risks in the course of this project. So this is a very major that you need to analyze, and your risk is going to be at different phases of your project. That is one. If you at the beginning, you are going to analyze the risks you are going to face in purchasing the equipment that you are going to use in the project. Two, you are going to analyze the risks involved that involved your staffing. So the key players in the staffing need to be what? Need to be guided and protected very well. Most especially those people that doesn't have a backup players, because we have them in any organization that once they are aside of the project, we found out that that very particular project will be dangling. There is no backup for that very particular stuff. So also the resources involved in this very particular project, you need to have them in place, whether financial resources, manpower resources, experience, or whatsoever form of resources you come across during your project is also important of you to note of that. Then the time. The time frame here is going to be the beginning time and the ending time. Meanwhile, the milestones need to be involved in this particular timing, because you are going to continue to analyze your work at every phase in, phase out, because that is why we are having a Gantt chart as one of the project scheduling tool. So whenever you are scheduling, you are going to prepare your Gantt chart, and you are going to have a time frame of every phases that you have in a particular given a task or a module to accomplish. So that is for the constraint. We also have what we call triple constraint. We have explained that in the previous class. And the triple constraint, that is where we are having a graph, and which is grouped into three. One, we have scope time, right? We also have cost time, we have schedule time, and everything, if you add them together, is going to give you a quality. That is, at what area, at what domain, at what limitation can you be able to provide your project. So this has to do with the quality. The cost matters a lot. That is why most of the things that are sold out to this country, they are most of the time substandard, especially our marketers out there when they are buying this product, because we are kind of people that used to patronize cheaper products. So whenever they want to produce, like these dealers of handset and the rest. So whenever they went to these Chinese people, what they are giving them to produce this gadget that we are using, they are what? Advising them, or probably they are looking for a cheaper product in order to have their day-to-day market. So that is why you can see your cost has to do with the quality. The higher you have budgeted, the better quality you are expected to receive. The less cost you have budgeted, the less quality you are expected to receive your end product. So the scheduling is also has to do with the quality of what you are expected to get. So if you scheduled what we call sharp work, or where like this, so something that in haste, no proper scheduling, no good timing, no good coordination and planning, so you are just rushing to complete the work and get your money. So you see, in this regard, your end product will not be as good as expected to be. But if you have a good timing, a good scheduling, definitely your end quality is going to be as expected as possible. So why is this? The number in this group is continue to drop. Do we have problem, or we can't let it not be as safe that what we had in the morning class? We are having everybody was here saying, so Joseph was just waving hand, Williams was saying hi, Kanta said hi. Please, if you can't hear me, can you kindly drop in your matric numbers here? Let me have them before we wrap up this class, because I know some people here will be going back to say they have been experiencing network issues. Some people will say that they have joined and the rest. And you see, this IT project is all about how well can you be able to embrace this IT product, that is IT compliance. And I keep my promise, whether you like it or not, will force you to be IT compliance. That is why I want this morning, by whatsoever, this night, but by whatsoever reason, to have a CA, so that, and that CA will have going to be the best CA we are going to take in Flasia, because I will monitor you from my end, but meanwhile, or nonetheless, we'll see how it's going to be. Only one person that is dropping his matric number here, and is Aisha Kerry. Any other person, or we just call it a day with this. So Safian has not been in existence, but when he heard that, yes, we should drop, Jafar has dropped, William sharp like this, you're dropping your own, and the number is now increasing because we said you guys should drop. So after this one, you should also drop your question, but let's have the number, please. Do not conflict the number with this. So we are 19, so we are expected to have a matric numbers of 19. So please, let's be quickly. Yes, Samuel. Yes, let's go. We are still waiting. Let's have matric numbers, please. Some people just joined us and then left their way, so they are not even with us. If I copied this, it means they just joined and then go their way, or they are even asleep. Tell them, please, in the group, let them come up and then drop their matric numbers if you can help them. So, but once I end this, I don't think I can't, because I want this IT project management lectures to end any moment from now, not only today's class, but we are going to have a very huge project to implement. And I also want to take this opportunity to announce to you that this coming Saturday is going to be your project proposal defense, and we understood that only a few number of you, very few. If I said very few, the ratio could have been 2% out of the 100. That is 2:8, 2:8. So the ratio is very, very, very discouraging. So please, you are encouraged to do so, so as to enable us have a very seamless exercise without one calling us names. And also we have those students, they came over for their topic proposal defense, and we advised them to go and let their colleague know, so that we can make it up together with the full-time project defense, and they could not even return to us. Engineer, you are present in this group like this. You're welcome. It's only now that you can say hi, right? So thank you. Sorry. So they could not come back to the department. So I don't know what we are going to do with them. And thank God, William and Samuel are here. They can testify. For those people that they might be out of date or network issues from their end. So it doesn't matter, Jafar. Jafar, you did not submit your topic. You did not submit your topic. I guess let me just copy this. This is how it went. I'll copy right from this down. I'll copy here and then paste it on your platform. This is our discussion so far on IT project management. So I'm pasting here. Okay, I will paste it on Williams. I'm not on, let me see, let me extend this and look at Williams. I did not save your contact, but right from inside this, I can be able to trace Williams if and only if, or I will go back to the message, and then Williams don't want to talk always, so that is why I could not even. Let me send this to Samuel first. Samuel, you can share this discussion with your colleagues out there. I have shared it with you. Let me also look for Williams. So let them know that we are not doing partiality here, so that nobody will say, yes, we are not doing the right one. So this, Williams, I know you are here. You did not go for night duty, Abby. You are now very senior officer, so there is no need for night duty. So, and we say, can we pick, I say, what is that? From here, can we pick? So we don't have question, right? So please, if you have questions, do ask. If you don't have any question, then we can wrap up. And then we call it a day. Before going ending the session, please use your project. Use your project. It's an assignment. Use your project. Isha Kurilwan, you are just sending your attendance. You are going to give us headache. Use your project as a case study. Develop a Gantt chart for the remaining months you are going to spend in Fulafia or in the Faculty of Computing. The assignment is going to be submitted this coming Saturday. So if you're coming for lectures, you're going to come along with it. But I don't think if you're coming and happen that HOD is around, meaning that you're coming in, but if he's not around, you're not going to come in, then I will provide a link where you can be able to submit your assignment. You're going to scan it as a PDF or in a PDF form and then attach it with your matric number on a form that I will provide a form. Yes, Aisha, you want to ask a question? Go ahead and ask your question, please. There is no need. The comment section is before me, so I can see whatever you ask. So, okay, the question again, I should repeat the question. Use your project as a case study. You use your project as a case study. You develop a Gantt chart for the remaining months you're going to do in Faculty of Computing. That is what you're going to use. Yes, someone said Saturday is, yes. So Saturday, definitely you are going to come, as we are going to have your defense on Saturday. So you must come along with this. So, but if peradventure I take a place, then we need to have some one or two things. But please, I keep on emphasizing, those people that could not be able to make it, we don't want you. You are going to be our first set in the Faculty of Computing part-time. So we want to have a good presence. So we want to set that precedence. So we beg of you, course reps should also beg these people. Once you did not take part of your topic proposal defense, you will not take part of this proposal defense. That is, if you did not take part of topic, you will not take part of proposal. And this continues. And once it's continuous, it means you will not take part of the whole exercise. And you see how harmful you did to yourself. So it means, and there is no third semester in project. I still emphasize no third semester in project, because most of you feel that they will not take part of this thing because there will going to be a third semester. And for your information, third semester have criteria. So once you did not make this criteria, you will not make it. Like, for instance, you need to have a certain number of CTC, or you should have a minimum carryover to take part. So if you are having a carryover that is beyond the required number, like if they said they are going to stick to only those people that have 4 carryovers or 3 carryovers, and it's happened that you are having 6 carryovers, how are you going to do? You will not even take part of it. When they talk to them, they start coming up one after the other. So please, course rep, can you drop that there is no question, so that we end this session? Williams and Samuel, I'm waiting for you. So yes, Samuel, good evening. You have greeted before. Banka, no question, right? Yes, William said no question. Samuel said good evening. So we have stopped at Samuel before. Let me copy down from Ishaku here. Let me drop this and then we call it. I'm just backing up. Don't say that I am occupying your spaces, but you can still send it. Hey, no be Jujubi this one. Gabriel just coming in again. So, thank you. Have a nice. Please make sure you don't the assignment will not give makeup or any other thing.